Welcome to another reading to you, my new novel, Lee, and I'm picking up on page 56 where we left off. Dear reader, I know she's writing my story. She doesn't want to write about what happens to me. She doesn't want you to find out, so she's dragging out the part where I'm in the car, the client driving me through the dark, leaving the town behind. She wants me heroic. She wants me to be the young, poor, white trash girl, the kid with a kid hustling on the side, ending up the victorious heroine. Maybe I even bring down the bad guys. She wants me to be that story. She figures, who wants to hear a different one, a more real one? Everybody likes to feel good. I know I do. Every day you see what really happens to people like me. People who had a tough beginning and a tough continuing. She wants me to be Supergirl. Maybe she'll give you two versions of my life. I'll tell you the truth of my life, and she'll tell you the pretend. She'll write them side by side and try to make it clever. All that effort just to keep you reading. I don't care if you keep reading. I don't care if you don't want to know the truth. You want to be uplifted out of your own drudgery? You want to know that good wins over evil, poor wins over rich, that the powerless take over the powerful? Isn't there some line in the Bible that says, and the meek shall inherit the earth, or something like that? You want to get that ending, right? They shall inherit the earth, it says. We don't know how far down the road the shall happens, do we? Sounds like the inheriting comes way at the end of the story. For the meek, that is. In the meantime, the powerful are in charge. Isn't that how it really is? I don't know what kind of story she'll make up about me, but try not to turn away from the pages. It seems important to her that she keeps your attention until the end. We're heading back home. I'm watching the scenery. I'm starting to recognize things close to home. The black pavement, the light of the street lamps shining on the wires. I want him to drop me off way up the road from my house. I need to keep my professional life and my private life separate. Don't you? I like to leave my work at work. The Christmas lights are all out now. I especially like the yellow and red and green and blue lights, the way they mingle and are strung up around the trees. My eyes go to them like moths to a flame. I can't wait to see my baby. I'm sure he's okay. No smoking guy takes good care of him. Knows to put food out for the cat, too. When it's not real cold, she stays inside and is all right. The cat. All I have to do is call her and she comes like a dog. I didn't know cats could come when called. She looks happy to come home. Goes right to her food and water. He's driving up by the steeple, standing tall in the dark like it does, with that soft glow around itself. There's a long red banner in front, Sunday services, written out in big, loopy letters. I can't see the pond across the way, but I know it's there. It wasn't bad with him, not as bad as it could have been. By the time we got to where he was heading, he was pretty tired. It's weird watching a client sleep. Everything gets relaxed in his face, his body. After the come, there's a quieting, a relax spreading into the room. I don't relax until after he falls asleep, after he lets everything out of himself. I thought he was going to keep me until before dinner, it being Thanksgiving Day and all. I was wrong about that. He paid for overnight. I don't know why. The kids and the wife maybe went visiting the in-laws or something. Maybe he was lonely and wanted company. He didn't talk much, and when he did, I didn't listen. He was mostly complaining about this or that and the other thing. When he was coming, he held on so tight. When he was done, he tossed me hard right off of himself. I'm not surprised, not by most anything guys do. Clients are people, and sometimes they need to hold me tight, and sometimes the need to hold me tight sneaks out of them. That's all. He wanted me for longer, held off long too. He hardly touched me until that last time. There's another big display of Christmas passing, a whole yard full of figures lit up, every kind of reindeer and snowman. Some people like to decorate. I appreciate it. They make pools of light inside the darkness. I like to leave my work at work. It's easy to do. You walk into the room, do what you came in there to do, and when you walk out, you shut the door. No different than when you leave your office. Some of you take your work home with you. It's not a good idea. It's not healthy. I take a lot of personal time off. I give my work a chunk of my time at a stretch, then I'm done. I work as I need to, set my own hours, get paid for each hour. I decide when to take a client and when not to. Like I told you, I'm not greedy. I don't overwork. I don't sleep while my clients sleep. They usually fall asleep right after, especially the men. Men are spent, most of them. I don't like the ones who aren't. They're up on something, doing coke, taking Viagra or something. Those can keep going and going, talking a mile a minute. I should get double pay from them. Every job has its hard parts. You gotta take the good with the bad, I say. He fell asleep and I watched him breathe. I remind myself, the man I'm laying with, his mama loved him when he was a baby. I try to see the baby in people. Everybody's got their baby self. I picture the baby 8 months old, a year old, not much younger than my baby. A little guy inside this big man casing. Some are harder to picture as a baby than others, but I try. Funny, I don't see the baby in me. I've been old since I can remember. I can see the baby in my baby, though. I guess that's all that matters. Morning after. On mornings like these, I take a shorter walk. I'm tired. I walk past the yoga studio, see the people in there. I don't know what they do. Stretch, I guess, stretch to music. I stretch to music. I stretch and more to the music in my head. Baby does too, with his little arms up, his fists all closed. He stretches in the morning. So does Cat. So do I. The baby yawns, I yawn, the cat yawns. We move our body natural, the way creatures know to move. Then somebody comes along, opens a store for stretching. Leave it to people to grab anything that's real, put a box around it, put a sign up, and then charge money. We're a funny bunch. When everything is gray and wet like this, the grass is dull around the pond. All growing things are brown, reminding me they're dead. The church steeple is lost in the fog. The empty box store is still closed. Home Depot has the only piece of color. Its awning is orange and the big letters are too. The Target sign is red, but a dark, dull red. All colors is dark in this light. Seagulls flying, gray sliver moving across gray sky. The red stop sign looks burgundy. The base color of everything is black. Even McDonald's golden arches are a dirty yellow. In the empty parking lot, The grass between the cracks is brown. I can't even describe how stripped of color the world is today. Only the Chinese restaurant's flashing open, open, open sign has a bright color to it. VFW is flying 3 flags. A couple of plastic Santas take up the small yard, one lit up from the inside, one fallen over. There's the New Life Assembly of God Church, snow starting to fall on it, whitening its roof. Candy canes, reindeer cutouts, sticking out of the soggy ground. An old plastic chair sits out in the drive. That one house has lollipops 2 feet high lining up the walk, red ribbons wound around the poles. There's pink pigs with wings, 4 of them in a row in the yard I'm passing. No Smoking Guy has sad-looking greenery hanging around his screen door. Pretty soon the snow will stick. This is a woe-begone place. At times like these, the whole world looks poor to me. Chapter 4. The old rich guy called again. He's ready for me to come visit. It's been almost 2 years since I seen him last. I think I'll go spend some time. I gotta do something with the baby. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, where I'm gonna leave him. He likes to keep me for a couple of weeks to himself, to travel, says he likes the companionship. It's kind of an old-fashioned word he uses. I want a companion, he says. The word companion makes a picture in your mind like I'm sitting next to him knitting by the fireplace. There's something comforting and homey about the word, even if it ain't what we do, what he likes to do. It's always clean where he takes me. Clean beds, clean sheets, interesting places. I could do worse, and I have. Out from my walk this early morning, I see that song. It's starting to look like Christmas coming true. The business lights are orange, reddish orange. The street lights are shining. They have a yellow glow to them, different shine than the tall street lights along the main roads. Those are a white-blue color. I've got a little color blindness. They say mostly boys have it, very few girls. I'm one of those few girls, I guess. I'm slightly colorblind. It's mid-December. Keeps trying to be winter out here. The snow fell this morning, but it won't stick. The gray is still gray. It's how it is here. I made plans with the old rich guy. He wants me for New Year's Eve. Kind of like a present to himself. It's money well spent, is what he said. His version of sweet-talking. I don't mind. He's a regular. I like my regulars. I like them like you might like your neighbor's dog. He's not yours and you're not taking care of it. You just pet it when it comes close to your fence. They're someone else's wife or husband. I haven't had my own person yet, except, of course, the baby. He's mine.